let me take my example. Okay, let me take my example here. So I had identified few things about myself, but I've only done two. Okay, two good things and two bad things about myself. So one thing is smoker. I smoke. I smoke cigarettes. I'm a pretty organized person. I'm a very avid reader, a avid book reader. But you know what? I get late to office. I usually get late to office. Now, you know what? When I use this wheel of change, and when I want to challenge myself, I will say that, see, the fact that I am an avid reader, I would like to probably maintain that. So I will put C here. I will put C here, that this is something I would like to maintain. I'm pretty organized as such, but I would like to improve it. I would like to improve it. So although it is preserving, it is improving. I hope you're getting what I'm trying to do. Once I've identified those items, I'm putting it into these quadrants. Uh, Now comes the interesting piece. I am late to office. Ideally, I would like to eradicate this, but I have decided to keep D here in reducing, which means that if I'm late to office, let's say 15 days in a month, I will try to make it that late or should happen only 10 days in a month. Slowly, I will try to reduce that late going to office. So from 15 days, I will bring to 10 days. And then from 10 days, I will try to bring it to 8 days. Why do you think, or what is a motivation for me to keep D in reducing and not eradicating? Can anyone tell me? Why do you think I'm thinking it in that way? That I've decided to keep D in reducing, but not in eradicating. Anyone? Anyone would like to answer that? Just think over it. Why would I do that? Progress is more likely than perfection. Correct. I mean, there are factors which are not in my hand, right? I don't know if any one of you have visited Bangalore. I mean, the one bad thing about Bangalore is the traffic there. Howsoever I tried, right, I won't reach my office on time. The traffic is so bad there, right? So it's a habit. I have to change my working pattern. I have to change my sleeping pattern. I need to sleep early. I need to wake up early. Plus, then even after if I start early, I may not be able to reach my office on time, because what will happen in that case is there are external factors which are not in my control. Now, when I do this kind of an analysis, definitely when I look at my smoking habit, I will put it here. I will say that I'm going to eradicate it, because I realize that it's a negative habit. It is not contributing to my good health. So I'm going to put it in eradicating, right? So, but 1 minute, okay. Before I do that, before I put it in eradicating, I can also take a call. I can also take a call that I will make peace with smoking. Can I do that? That I will accept my habit. I really can't do anything. I will accept my habit and I will keep it in making peace. Instead of putting it in, let us say, eradicating, I will put it in making peace with it, or I'm going to make peace with that habit. Is it a correct interpretation? What do you think? Or am I making some mistake here? Yes, think over it. Think over it. Am I making some mistake here in putting A in making peace? Or is it, or it is okay? It is perfectly fine to put A in making peace as of now. As of now, I have decided to make peace with it. Is that correct? Interesting. It is your choice of priorities. Perfect. Yes. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm matured enough to understand, right? I'm matured enough to understand. Yeah, for me, absolutely right, Jack. I mean, it is, I mean, if I have decided to do something wrong, no one can help me, right? I mean, if as a coach or if as a person, I have decided to do something wrong, I mean, what can we do, right? I mean, if I've decided to do something immoral act, or if I've decided to do something blunder, no one can help me, right? So this is where maturity of a coach is required. That, you know what, I might put it here initially, but then I realized, no, I'm cheating with myself. Forget about others. I'm actually cheating with myself. So it is better to eradicate. It is better to put it in eradication. So what I would request you to do is, maybe after this webinar gets over today, you have a look at this sheet, the coaching wheel of change, and whatever 3 points what you have captured today, things which you are doing good. You can also capture 3 things which you are doing bad, like what I did. Smoking is a bad habit. Getting late to office is a wrong habit which I have somehow inculcated over the years. So you can also have a look at those, and you can try to put it in those relevant quadrants. Now, the interesting thing about this tool is that, you know what, as I said, it helps you to challenge. It helps you to challenge your status quo. And what is the interesting thing about this tool is that, you know what, once you put in the items here, you can have an action plan in place. So once you have put these items here, A, let us say B here, okay, or let us say C, yeah, A, D, it is already there, as you can see, right? It is already there. All those items are there. You need to have an action plan. What will you do to improve? What are the things you will need to improve? You put it as an improvement plan. What are the things you will do to eradicate? What are the things you will do to eradicate? So are you going to apply a nicotine patch, or are you going to go to a de-addiction center? What is that action item you are going to take from an eradication perspective? How will you reduce your how will you reduce your late going to office? What are the activities you will be doing? What are the additional things you will be doing in order to make sure that you don't reach office late, right? You reach office on a timely manner. So what are the activities you are going to do as a part of this exercise, right? So the beauty about this tool is that, you know what, it helps you to capture these items in the relevant quadrants, and it helps you to prioritize them. So you can actually prioritize these items, which item you will pick up first, which item you will pick up later. It helps you to prioritize these items, and it helps you to decide, okay, as a person, this is my improvement backlog. So at the end of the day, this is nothing but your improvement backlog what we have. So this is nothing but your improvement backlog what we have created. And based on the improvement backlog, what we have now is an action plan, right? So this is nothing but an action plan what emerges out of it. And based on the action plan, you take a call that, okay, which item you will target first, which is that the bad habit, or which is that negative habit you are going to target first, which is that negative, which is that positive thing you will continue doing. And are there any new items? By the way, this can also throw up something like something new what might come out. You might invent something new, or you might add something new, which is not your observation, but based on these observations, you might come out with something very, very interesting as a thing which challenges your status quo. So believe me, friends, personally, I have found this tool to be very, very effective. As I said, I have used it in my life coaching model. I have used it in my agile coaching model, since I come from an agile coach environment, or an agile coaching world. So personally, I have found this tool to be very, very effective. I would strongly recommend each one of you to use this tool, and please connect with me one-on-one later on and share your experiences. So what has been your experience in using this tool? Have you benefited from it, or have you not got benefited from it? I'll be happy to hear on either side, like how exactly this tool has helped you. All right, so I've talked about this tool, which is the coaching wheel of change, and the other tool which I talked about was the 4-stage competency model, which will help us to challenge ourselves, which will also help ourselves to challenge our team. Now,